What's up? Welcome back. Welcome to new. My name is Mark, and today we are back once again with another review of Tomb Raider King. This is episode 5, and if you want to see my reaction to it, you can check it out on Patreon in the description down below. I recommend you do that. Then come back here for the review. But with that said, hit the like button, subscribe, the notification bell. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the episode and everything I've said as a whole. And with that said, if you're new here, strap in. If you've been here before, you know what to do. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, grab your notebooks, and let's talk about the episode. So, this episode, it starts out with our main character competing against Taejun Kwan for the Tree of Life, aka the Tree of Viagra, because that's what it's apparently known for, so to speak, is being like used for potent male potency, and so that's a funny to think about. Gave me a great video title to use. Bro, just I do think the idea of spending, they spend up to like $200-300 million on a tree that can help supposedly with male potency, but of course our main character and Taejun Kwan, they know that that's not what it's for. I mean, it probably could do that, maybe, I have no idea, but they realistically know it's not gonna work, and I just think that's funny. And so he's competing, but Taejun Kwan, he wants it badly, and unfortunately our guy, he's rich, but he's not that rich. So he has Irene be like, yo, I'll help you, but can you win this for me? And she does. She just easily outbids him by a lot. Well, technically, easily is a stretch. He probably could have kept going, but she definitely could have. And the only reason he stops is because he's actually stopped, because the guy with him recognizes that she's Irene Holt. Is it Holt or Holton? It's one of the two. Irene Holt, I think. And like he can't outbid her. And so that's cool that at least one guy knows, but unfortunately, he's not smart enough to. Well, we'll see. Point is, our main character, he wins, and basically, now they're waiting for the Tree of Life and all that. So he's like, "Yo, give me whatever you have that you might have gotten recently," because he wants to take away her bad luck. But unfortunately, as it turns out, the thing that actually is causing her bad luck, it's a parasitic relic. It like infected her like a tattoo. It appeared infecting all her like upper body, and so it's not as simple as he thinks, and then he tells her that too. But then he's like, "I'm going to help you," but at the same time, he's also like, I may not be able to take it, but I can at least use it for myself. And I mentioned this last time. I think last review. I don't hate manipulative characters as long as he still does plan on taking it for himself instead of using it. Cause like this still requires, like him using it requires her to potentially be in harm's way all the time. And I'm sure she probably already is, given who her family is and that she has so much money. But it's one thing to be in harm's way from like the average Joe or average assassination attempt. It's another to then be in the way, harm's way of like relics and like people that are very, very strong with very strong relics. So like, I hope that like he does eventually help her without just using her for her power. Like, it's, as I also said this before, as long as like the end result is helping her, I can set aside my concerns. But that's only if he actually does help her, and he doesn't like wait until the last minute. Like he actually does try to help her in the future. But anyways, moving on. Taejun Kwan, he's not happy. And so the other guy that's with him, Siyoon, he's like, "Yo, leave this to me. I just need some company relics." And the best way to sum this episode up after that, really, is just our main character not struggling at all. First, Siwoon, Well, actually, no, before that, we should mention the Kota Hammurabi thing. Because those 3 guys tried to run away with the money from him. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to get involved any more than I already have. But unfortunately, he uses this Code of Hammurabi that he got from the auction as well. Because he won a few relics too. Aside from just the Tree of Life. And so he's like, yo, Code of Hammurabi, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, betrayal for betrayal. Basically, if they do anything now, then then something will happen to him. I don't know what yet. I don't know how that's going to be used in the future on them specifically. What's that going to happen if they try to do anything? But they're given a job to plant the Tree of Life, massage it, and all that. And apparently, they have high affinity, which is interesting to know. So they have potential in the future. But also, the tree was enjoying that massage a little too much. Man. And so, now, our main character, he's at a bar, having a drink, because he's getting bored waiting for them to do something, because TBKM, Taehun Kwan, he's like, yo, he's gonna do something, he just doesn't know when. But then, bro shows up, tries to use a relic, gets utterly destroyed. It's just not even a competition, bro. And then he's turned into a zombie, he uses the relic. Like, it's what you expect. It's Uno reverse, essentially. Oh, you're gonna use a relic on me? Nope, I'm taking your relic and using it on you. That's what it comes down to. It was not very great. It was not very entertaining to me, personally. And I get it. I get that this is a power fantasy. I do. But adding on to this, moving on to basically someone else is called in from the legal department for the company, and her name is Miss Lee, and she's basically the legal department girl, and she brings a contract because they want to offer him a contract, but he knows better, so he doesn't take it. But then he basically he tries to use something on her, use the zombie potion thing relic on her. She does counter, which is honestly more than the last guy did. She at least countered, but unfortunately it just wasn't strong enough because he used Code of Hammurabi to reflect it, and then he used the zombie potion on her, and the people are videoing because they think it's a movie and all that. And like, that's my only real problem with the show so far, is he hasn't struggled at all, really. And I think the funny thing is, I don't agree that this is a Temu soul leveling or whatever. I made that stance very clear in episode 1. But I do think soul leveling has something that this doesn't. And the simple thing is, what soul leveling has is a challenge for the main character. For Sung Jin-woo, like he does struggle to an extent. Like it's not, he doesn't always one-shot things. Like his opponents put up a fight. It's not just a sudden 1-2, they're done, like in this show so far. And I get that they're different. I do. That's why I don't call this Temu soul leveling. But there are certain elements that it does share, aside from the pointy chin, that it shares with soul leveling. And like, I hope it stands. I hope what it comes down to is I hope he gets a challenge in the future, and it appears that at the end, based on the end of the episode, he might have a challenge next episode. I'm not sure, but he's game ready to go. But before he can go, the Raven is calling out to him, says, come to me, danger, danger. And our main character, he's like, nah, I don't trust you. I'm not doing what the relic says. And I get it. He doesn't want to be led on and controlled by a relic, but at the same time, this Raven, I doubt the Raven brought him back to this point in time just to kill him off again, let him get killed. So I would have believed him if he had said, if the Crow Raven had been like that to me. I'd be like, yeah, I should probably believe him. And he didn't believe him, and so now I ran into would you know it? Taehun Kwan. Is it Taehun or Taejun? I've seen it be pronounced Taehun and Taejun. So that's why I go back and forth occasionally. But he he has to get confronted. Hold on 1 second. But he gets confronted by Tae-hoon Kwan, and it's unfortunate because that's where they end the episode. But the dude, he's actually kind of strong, because those guys, those three lackeys, are like trying to talk to him, but then bro's just like silence, and they are like silence, like he's strong. Bro's unironically strong, which I find interesting. I hope that like our main character does have a challenge next episode, and I feel like he might, if only because it is early on for him to be fighting the big boss and to win. If he does, I actually have no idea where this is gonna go. But that's how it ends, basically. I definitely skipped over some stuff, but if you want to see my full thoughts, you can check it out on Patreon. This is just a show that, like, even more than Solo Leveling, this is a show where I kind of turn my brain off to an extent and just enjoy the ride. Because it is what it is, man. It's just like, it doesn't provide, it doesn't have the emotional weight that Solo Leveling does. And I don't think it's Team of Solo Leveling. I don't even think it's like Solo Leveling that much, except for like 1 or 2 elements. But the point still, the comparisons are there to an extent. I just think it's disingenuous to call it Team Solo Leveling or knockoff Solo Leveling or something like that. But I do think it's valid to compare them to an extent. I do like the premise of Tomb Raider King a little more, with the relics and the tombs, and the fact that they can that with the relics can blend mythology and then history and all that. That stuff I do think is really cool, and I am excited to learn more about that. Like she got Shakespeare's pen, and Marie Antoinette's necklace, and then Homer's spectacles. I can only guess what they do. And that's what I love, is like this, how they can just drag in stuff from history, fiction, and everything. It has so many opportunities. I just hope that the story utilizes those opportunities enough to not get stale. But yeah, this is a show where so far, for the most part, I just turn my brain off to it mostly. I'm focusing enough that I know what's going on, and I'm forming thoughts, obviously, but I'm not sitting there analyzing it like I would for most other shows that I cover on the channel, or even most shows that I watch in general. I'm not analyzing it as much. I would say there's more for Solo Leveling for me to analyze, but I've read the manhwa for Solo Leveling. I fully caught up on that, so I already know what happens to an extent. I will be reacting to Solo Leveling when it returns. If it returns at some point, whenever it returns, I will be reacting to it from a manhwa reader's perspective, because I am curious to see how they do that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. You can check out my reaction down below. I think it's way better over there than the review, because the review is just me recapping and then telling what's going on, because there's not much to talk about this time around. I do wonder if Tae-hoon Kwan is going to be a long-standing boss, or next episode boss, and then we get a new boss to fight after that. I don't know, but I am curious, so I'm going to check it out still. And I hope you all enjoyed my review, my recap, and my reaction over on Patreon. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, the notification bell, comment down below, and yeah. If you're interested in Twisted Wonderland for some reason, if you're watching Tomb Raider King and you're still interested in Twisted Wonderland, I've been posting that almost every day here. I also posted early access over on Patreon as well, if that interests you at all. So you can check that out. That's mainly what I'm probably going to be doing a lot of, because I have 2 or 3. This is I only have 3 shows that I'm covering here on YouTube at this point. The rest I'm covering over on Patreon, so you can check them out over there. Because Patreon has quite a few exclusives I'm covering. For example, Patreon, I brought over... Hold on 1 second again. Apologies. because I get text messages on my phone, I have to pause the recording on here on my camera app. But over on Patreon, we have my stepmother and stepsisters on Wicked. I just uploaded that, the newest episode today. Perfect Addiction, which is a full-on yaoi anime, really good, really fun. Highly recommend you check that out. We got recommendations from Miyamoto Senpai, although I am behind by an episode. I'm gonna do 2 episodes of that. Same for Demons of the Shadow Realm, covering that as well. I Want to Love You to Your Dying Days over there as well. Then of course, as I said, the Twisted Wonderland, and I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 more shows that I'm just not thinking of, but I have way more going on over at Patreon than I do over here on YouTube, aside from the Twisted Wonderland. So yeah, you have stuff to check out over there. You're interested? I also have an early access tier for Twisted Wonderland specifically. Then I also have the exclusives tier, which is just for the exclusive. That's all you care about. And then the main tier that gets everything, including the early access. Yeah. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up here. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, my name is Mark. Never stop being yourself. Stay safe out there, and I will see all you incredible people in the very next video.